Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be just very brief in respect of the issue that we have before the Magistrates Court. As you know, just only moments ago, whilst the Honourable Prime Minister was issuing his statement and addressing the nation, the Honourable Chief Justice, Acting Chief Justice of Fiji, has also issued a statement in respect of the review that was undertaken by the High Court in Suva regarding the decision that was actually handed down by the Nadi Magistrates Court in the matter of State versus Ravin Rohit Lal and Shalvin P. Chand, in which the Honourable Acting Chief Justice has said that the High Court has actually found that the orders made by the resident magistrate actually should be set aside, and indeed that the matter will now be called afresh in Nadi Magistrates Court on 21st of April 2020. So that's the latest in respect of that, and in fact, if you read the High Court ruling, a copy of which I have here, it essentially confirms what we had been saying all throughout in respect of both the pronouncements made by the Honourable Prime Minister regarding measures taken under this health crisis, and of course the orders that are in fact issued by the Honourable Minister for Health and his Permanent Secretary, which they are legally empowered to do so. And of course there's been a lot of talk about people saying that it should be gazetted, and as we've said continuously, that there is no need for the gazette for the orders to actually be lawful. And again, that has been upheld by the High Court of Fiji. Similarly, what is of interest to us is that the same magistrate today gave a ruling in almost precisely the same manner in which the charges were drafted for the previous one, in which he had observed, and I note, he said, I have yet to see any statute that vests any other power to the Prime Minister in regards to the Administration of Public Health Act, because the ruling was based on the fact that because it says the failure to comply with the orders of the Prime Minister of Fiji, therefore he actually had not taken their guilty plea and in fact discharged them. Similarly, a case and the matter of a gentleman by the name of Abdul Ashram, again where the charges were drafted where the person disobeyed the lawful orders of the Prime Minister of Fiji. Quite interestingly, the magistrate has now not found any anomaly with the drafting of those charges, and indeed found the person guilty and indeed convicted that person for a fine of $300 to be paid in 2 months, in default 30 days imprisonment. So this obviously highlights the anomaly that is currently existing in the Nadi Magistrates Court. We also like to acknowledge the fact that the Honourable Acting Chief Justice has acted very swiftly in this matter, because obviously this is a matter of national significance which seems to be lost on some people, and the dire situation in which not we just in Fiji find ourselves, but of course globally speaking too. So I wanted to highlight that to you, and in respect of the decision that has been made by the High Court of Fiji, confirming essentially the position, the legal position that government has maintained from day one, and indeed there should have never been any question about that. And today, rather interestingly, that we have another judgment or ruling by the same magistrate acting completely contrary to the ruling made yesterday. And we hope that this will now highlight to the judiciary the need to have consistency, not just in terms of the rulings that individual magistrates have, but also in respect of the consistency in the tariffs that are actually handed out across the different jurisdictions in Fiji. Do you have any questions?
So Nabil from Legend FM. Not a question based on the statement that you gave, but something about non-essential businesses. Will they be allowed to open in the Suva area from tomorrow, sir?
So no, I mean the Honourable Prime Minister has made a statement. As you know, that the lockdown was essentially regarding the non-operation of those businesses that weren't essential, and obviously they will now be allowed to operate, except for those areas that the Honourable Prime Minister highlighted. So, for example, swimming pools, nightclubs, cinemas, gyms, where you have a lot of personal contact and you aren't able to maintain the level of social distancing. We're already seeing, for example, even those those outlets that were open during the period when we had the lockdown, for example, banks and pharmacies, they were already practicing social distancing in any case, and we expect that when some of the other shops open tomorrow, that they will do similarly. They will follow those processes and those practices. Other questions? Thank you very much.